Triple G's camp to Canelo's camp. Such irony in that story.
Well, you know what? Canelo's smart if they're using him, or Oscar is smart because he knows what a talent he is. And all they can do is just help each other. And David being in our camp, it's not about who's going to hurt who. It's about helping each other. And David's speed, he's able to give us 4 rounds right now. And those 4 rounds are quality rounds, and I'm sure he's going to do the same thing for Canelo. And for Canelo would be tremendously important because he's fighting a big guy like David. And David is twice as fast as Chavez, so if Canelo can see the punches coming from David, it's going to be an easy night for him against Chavez.
Have you put your prepayment down for him as your king sparring partner? If Canelo and Triple G occurs, have you told him that I'm making that first phone call?
The unfortunate thing is better for Canelo to use him because Triple G's a little bit taller, but for us to use David for Canelo fight, Canelo's what, 5'7", 5'8"? So no, I'm gonna have to find somebody like a David, only a little bit shorter.
But you don't want to deliver that intel. You don't want to.
No, I know, man. You know what we do in the gym? Look, everything that's done in the gym has been done for 40, 50 years.
Sure.
A little bit changes, and every coach is a little bit different, but all we're trying to do is just get ready in the gym. We're not doing anything special. We're not doing anything. It's just who gets ready better and who has no issues in camp, no injuries, none of that. The guy that comes into a fight 100% and the guy that comes into a fight with a little bit of mindset is going to win a fight, because all these guys at that level are all elite fighters.
Yeah, but you're not giving yourself enough credit. I know we disagree a lot on stuff, but you are a hell of a trainer now. I mean, let's not take that away.
but you know what? I have to. There's a lot of great trainers. They just sometimes.
And you're one of them.
But you don't get the cooperation from the fighters. Mike Stafford is a hell of a trainer, but he's not getting the cooperation from Adrian. Okay. So Mike is not a magician, and neither am I. So if we get the cooperation from the fighters, we can look good, but they can also make us look bad. Fortunately for me, I have a fighter that's giving me 110% from the first day I met him. So that makes it easier for us, and that makes us look good. But I've had other fighters that just don't want to do that.
What are you sparring in? 16s, 20s?
16s.
16s.
Yeah, 16s, and we put protection on them. I don't have Gennady really hit them that hard, but they're sparring real hard, just not power 100%.
Okay.
You said he just started sparring last week. Is that normal?
For me, for Gennady especially, I only spar him about 75 rounds per fight. I only spar him 9 days total. 3 weeks, 3 times a week. I've never really been a believer in sparring him a lot of rounds.
That's easy for him. That's easy for him.
Yeah, well, no, it's not only easy, but it's quality sparring. I mean, once we get to the point where we're sparring, it's not. They're not just moving around to lose weight. They're moving around to get ready for a fight. And David being the first one in the ring when we do that, G has to be on his P's and Q's because David is a heck of a fighter. And David only spars one way. And that's hard. I don't know if you've seen him spar, but David spars one way. David wants to spar. David wants to work, and David is not going to let you slack off, so you have to be ready for him.
I've seen him spar Kelly Pavlik and hold his own when he was 15 years old.
There you go. Yeah. And he's a heck of a lot different now.
Hey, how did you end up in Big Bear of all places?
I ended up there with, in the early 90s, Larry Goosen had a gym up there. The Goosen brothers had a gym, and in a hangar. And we went up there a couple times, then when I had Miguel Angel was going to fight Oscar, we went up there for a training camp in 96. And then I saw the opportunities there, started buying a lot of property and stayed there.
Does Gennady love it?
It reminds him of home. I think that's the selling point for me. It's lucky for me that it was like that. I think that was the selling point, that it reminds him exactly of what Caragando's like.
Is there any special wrapping that you put on Triple G?
I do the same. I know I've always been a believer to do everything in the gym exactly like it's going to happen in a fight. Exactly. Even to the way I give him water. I think that there's no tape on the hand because you can't use it in a fight. There's nothing that I do in the gym that I'm not going to be able to do in a fight. So, no, this is the same wrap that I will do in a fight.
Does he prefer Grant over Reyes and any other gloves? Or
I've always left it up to the fighter. I've never been the one to say I'm not going to wear them. So he happens to like Grant's. Wonderful. I have a cruiserweight that happens to like the Rivals. So every fighter is different. If they want to wear Reyes, if they want to wear Everlast, that's up to them. I'm not going to be punching with them. So.
Abel, do you make predictions? Golovkin Triple G? I mean, against Danny Jacobs?
I think that it's a difficult fight. I think that Golovkin will hurt Triple G, and then Triple G will hurt Golovkin. No. I think it's a difficult fight. I think it's a difficult fight for both guys early, but I think Golovkin's strength and power will start to overwhelm Danny, because Danny will have to stop. And in order to punch Golovkin, you're going to have to stop. And when he stops, he's going to get hit. He'll slow down. So I see it about in the 8th round being a little too much for Danny, but I hope it's a good fight up to that point. But if it goes 12, it goes 12. No matter to me. We're ready for 12.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate you.